October 4th, we're just days away, less than 10 days away from the event here at the ranch. That'll be fun and exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So today the conversation is quality time versus qualified time. I want you to think about that for just a second. When that sits in, and here's what I can do to help it sit in a little bit better for you. Quality time is present. Qualified time is legacy. That's the basic, that's the fundamental formula when you understand this. Too many people are seeking quality time. I'm not saying to not have it, but they never qualify their time, and they're about hitting the dopamine and the serotonin and the happy molecule and making them feel good, so they call it quality time, but it doesn't qualify for legacy. Kind of a different way to look at things, right? Wayne Dyer said, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. So I really want you to start to peruse and invest in the possibility and investigate the possibility of looking at what quality time is to you, and then looking at how you qualify time. We can say quality time. Listen, there's quality time with our kids. I get it. There's quality time at a sunset on vacation. You're also wanting to build a dream. You're also wanting to commit to keeping your promises, to keeping your word. So if you begin to look at qualified time, you will start to stand up pretty quick and say, this does not qualify for my time. Think of the things that wouldn't qualify for your time. If somebody came and sat in your office, in your cubicle, in your corner office, in your space, and talked about a subject you didn't like, talked about a subject you had no interest in, would you pay attention? What doesn't qualify for your time? Do certain political conversations not qualify for your time? Oh my gosh, is he touching the third rail? Is he talking about politics? I'm going to talk about religion in a second. Do certain political conversations turn your crank the wrong way? They don't qualify for your time. That's not even quality time. I think, based upon my research of 40 years, based upon my intense study of human nature, based upon the ability to unlock the human potential in the study of human potentiality, I've learned some things to help unlock the human potential. And if you can unlock the human potential, you can unlock human action. I think the reason most people, personal opinions are like eyebrows, everybody's got a couple. I think that personal attention forces people to manipulate the way that they look at the things they do to say they're worthy, to say the time is worthy of them, to say that you have to sacrifice. So if you're sacrificing, are you in fact, are you making positive decisions on qualifying your time? Or are you in the seek for quality time? See, the goal that you want, the desire that you want, the dream that you want is all about achieving a level of quality time on a regular basis, on a continuous basis. The reason that possibly it is that you struggle in arriving at your quality time goal, destination, achievement, is that you're not qualifying your time now. You're letting people step into the way of taking away your time. Listen, time is the most valuable resource. There's a tension that's between quality and qualify. There's a huge tension between the two. And when you grasp this idea of you need to begin to qualify your time, you'll get better. You will. You just will. It's a default result of qualifying your time. You'll be placed in front of better decisions to make. You'll be placed in front of better opportunities to choose from. You'll be placed in better conversations to learn from. You'll be placed in front of better environments to enjoy. If you look at what it is that you do on a minute by minute basis, forget it, Sean. I don't even know what I'm doing week by week. See, there's a challenge. You're not even seeking quality time. Yet you begin to qualify your time. I have my students, the people who pay me sometimes very handsomely. I ask them to give me feedback on an hourly basis. I'm asking them, did they have quality time? And for those that are truly interested, they're asked to qualify their time. Did the last hour qualify for 1 hour of your life? Listen carefully. You've got 1 hour left to live. Would you be in the state that you were in the last hour? Well, Sean, I just woke up. I get it. If it was your last hour, would you have still been in bed? If you knew it was your last hour, would you still be in bed? Would you still be frustrated over what you have to do today? Well, if I only have an hour left, no. How much time has your dream spent waiting on you? How much time has your dream spent waiting on you? How long would you wait for a friend? How long would you wait for a friend? How long would you wait for an acquaintance? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. How long would you wait for a friend? How long would you wait for an acquaintance? How long, listen carefully, how long would you wait for somebody who's supposed to be taking your money? Meaning you were going to buy something from them. How long would you wait? Doesn't it depend on how important the thing is? How long would you wait for somebody who wants to take your money? Maybe this is why your prospects never show up mentally. They have already locked and loaded, to use Denny Crane's conversation, lock and load. They've already come locked and loaded with their objections. See, because they want to qualify that they're not ready to get started. Yet they'll show up, they'll take your time, and have you explain everything that Google could have explained because you didn't qualify your time. And you weren't seeking quality time. You were hoping. How many of us hope that the time we invest turns into quality time? I can promise you, until you qualify your time, it's impossible to have quality time. Until you qualify the legacy of what you're about to do, it is impossible to have quality time. You can have quality time, but how many times have you ever done something that made you feel good, and then you had buyer's remorse, you had quality time remorse? I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Drop a 2 in the chat if you know somebody who is always having this conversation going, I shouldn't have done that. It felt good, right? A minute on the lips, forever on the hips. We have these phrases to say things that say, my quality time really wasn't quality time because I didn't qualify it. Is this making sense? My daddy said, if it makes sense, it'll make dollars. So that's my dialogue with you this morning. What happens when you begin to qualify, to legacy look at your time? This morning, there were things you may have chosen differently that would begin to build, begin to stack upon your legacy. Getting up late probably isn't one of them. Getting up frustrated probably isn't one of them. Not doing your workout, if you wanted to work out, not one of them. Not doing your hydration is one of not quality time. Not doing your meditation probably isn't one of them. those could have stacked and started to build. The challenge is that we are wanting to climb a mountain and we don't have a mountain in front of us to climb. We have a molehill. We have this little thing, this little problem, this little speed bump called life that we are not qualifying. Are we using it to the best of our ability? Listen, you get to use life. If life uses you, you'll be frustrated, aggravated, agitated. If you are looking for significance and certainty, you will always be in pain. The thing that you want is in the unknown. Otherwise, you'd have it. The path to the unknown is an unknown. Otherwise, you'd be on it. The thoughts to arrive at the unknown are unknown at this moment. It's going to require critical thinking, which is going to require quality time if you qualify what it is you think about. Listen, you can go to a major event. Listen, when you go to a major event, your national event, your regional event, your global event, you are in quality time and you have qualified your time because you are making a little bit of a sacrifice. Some of you are making a bit of a sacrifice. It's when you come back home that you don't qualify your actions that suck up your time. And therefore your time goes from quality to crappy in a heartbeat, from the penthouse to the outhouse. Pay attention to what you let slip in to suck up your time. Your thoughts, your self-talk is one of the biggest things that do not qualify for your time. The negative self-talk, the doubting self-talk, if we have 70 to 80,000 thoughts a day, 70 to 80,000 thoughts a day, 80% of those are repetitive and 80% of those are not in our favor, not in our favor. Do you think not in our favor thoughts, 40, 50,000 thoughts that we have on a daily basis that are not in our favor, do you think they qualify for your time? They probably don't, but they are habitual actions. And we are so wired to the hedonics of our own nature, meaning we feel we are responsible for our own joy, that we will misguide, we will mislabel, we will mistrust things to give us a hit of dopamine that we know damn well are not in our favor, but they make us feel good because we're all after quality time, because we have this social media presence that says we got to look like we're having a blast, and your life is in misery, it is in shambles because you are not qualifying, legacying your time. It's probably not you, but you know somebody just like that. So the question then needs to be asked. At what moment will you begin to qualify your time? You'll wind up doing a lot of no. And when you start to do a lot of no, you will have a new understanding of no, of knowing, Knowing. You want to leave a legacy. You want to leave a legacy. How long will your name be spoken after you're gone? I'd begin to qualify your time so that the quality that you live can be passed on. Right now, would you want to pass on the quality of your life? Would you want to pass on the quality of your life if this was the pinnacle of your life, if this is the highest and the best that you have right now in this moment? You may have had higher in the past, you may have had better in the past. I'm talking about right now. Is this the quality you want to pass on? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, then you have to begin to qualify your time. You have to learn how to say N-O so you can begin to K-N-O-W. You know you're capable of more. You know that you want more. You know that you can leave more. It's time to start doing that. It's called your DMP, your definite major purpose. It's a set of rules that you establish. It's a set of visions that you establish. It's a set of actions that you establish that you will do on a daily basis. And through the principle of Kaizen, 1% improvement on a daily basis, people overestimate what they can do in a year and they underestimate what they can do in a decade. it's time to start. If you choose, it's time to start. If you desire, it's time to start. If you want, it's time to start. If you decide, you will qualify your time. I'm your head brain training qualifying time misfit. Reach out for more. I'm going to go have a conversation with the VIP of Dangerous Consciousness. If you want to learn how to be a part of these conversations that happen after the call, you can go to finallyconscious.com and you can get signed up. I appreciate you tons. I'm your head brain training, time expanding, qualifying, and quality time misfit. I'll see you where? I'll see you at the next event. Appreciate you so very much, YouTube. Have an amazing, incredible day. I love you tons, and I'll see you where? I'll see you at the next event.